Yo, Drama Squad, hold on to your opera gloves because this week's Gilded Age is a straight-up pressure cooker. Bertha just pulled the coldest power play we've seen all season. Glady's love life is hanging by a thread. And that dinner twist? Whew. It left George stunned, Glady's heartbroken, and Bertha looking like the queen of manipulation. Trust me, episode 2 is packed with betrayal, social warfare, and a move so savage, it might just blow up the Russell Empire from the inside. So grab your fanciest tea, smash that like button, and stay locked in, because I've got a wild theory at the end that changes everything you thought you knew about Bertha's plan. Let's start with the firestorm that is Bertha Russell. If you thought last season was peak ambition, think again. Bertha isn't just playing the Gilded Age social game anymore, she's rewriting the rules. In this episode, she's got her eyes locked on one prize, sealing her daughter Glady's fate with the Duke of Buckingham, no matter the cost. Forget romance, forget rebellion. Bertha's building a dynasty, and she's not taking no for an answer. While Gladys is still dreaming about a life with Billy Carlton, Bertha's making moves, and not just subtle ones. We're talking full-on chess master strategy. When the episode opens, it's chaos. Gladys sneaks out again, chasing a taste of freedom and maybe a few stolen moments with Billy. But Bertha? Oh, she's 10 steps ahead. She crashes the Carlton house like a storm dressed in diamonds, facing off with Mrs. Carlton in a social showdown that fans are already calling the corset cage match of the season. Mrs. Carlton flexes her old money pedigree talks about great-granddaddy and the Declaration of Independence, but Bertha, sipping her tea with savage grace, fires back. I've got a duke in my pocket. Mick, drop. It's not just a battle of reputations, it's new money versus ancient legacy, and Bertha walks away with the upper hand, leaving Mrs. C shook, and Glady's grounded tighter than a 19th century petticoat. But things only get messier from there, because George Russell, our ever-loyal railroad king, is not in the loop. He's still under the impression that Glady's will get to choose love. He even gave her the green light to follow her heart. So when he finds out a gossip column is reporting that Glady's is engaged to the Duke, let's just say that calm, serious dad energy turns into full-on steam engine rage. Spoiler alert. Bertha planted the story herself. That's right, she leaked a fake engagement to the press to force the Duke's hand and back Billy into a corner. Ruthless doesn't even begin to cover it. She's cornering everyone like it's a ballroom chessboard, and they're all just her pawns. Meanwhile, George is trying to finalize a massive railroad expansion deal with none other than J.P. Morgan. High stakes, big money, reputations on the line. But as he's juggling business and family, his whole house is falling apart behind the scenes. Glady's is openly rebelling. Bertha's keeping secrets. And the Duke? Oh, he's about to show up with paperwork. Yup. That dinner twist. This is where it all hits the fan. Bertha invites the Duke of Buckingham over for a formal dinner, playing it like a simple social call. But George has no clue what's about to go down. When the Duke's lawyer casually slides a marriage contract across the table mid-meal, the room freezes. Glady's goes pale. George is stunned. And Bertha? She just smiles like the queen she is. The entire scheme unfolds right in front of him, every lie, every secret meeting, every step Bertha took behind his back. George's face says it all. Betrayal. This isn't just about Glady's. It's about trust, about power, about who really runs the Russell household. Bertha's bold, calculated play has crossed a line, and now George has a choice: stand by his wife's ambition, or finally push back. And here's where it gets even juicier, because in the middle of this chaos, Billy Carlton chokes. He was this close to standing up to Bertha, asking for Glady's hand, and making a statement. But the pressure gets to him. He sees his future flash before his eyes, Bertha threatening to ruin him. Glady's facing exile from society, and he folds. No proposal, no fight. Just a crushed dream, and Glady's heart shattered in real time. And while this love triangle implodes, over on East 61st Street, Aurora Fane is living her worst nightmare. Charles, the human scandal machine, is now flaunting his new mistress at charity events. That's right. He shows up to the Young Women's Christian Association benefit, with his side piece on his arm. In front of Aurora, in front of society, in front of everyone. The audacity, the nerve. People aren't just whispering, they're openly staring. Even Bertha and Mrs. Astor clock the mess. Aurora has to smile through the most humiliating moment of her life, while Charles parades his new flame like it's a power move. Fans are calling him the 1885 Villain of the Year, and honestly,